Hello everybody, Megan here for our craft of the week, which is a paw print folded book art. So we do have some kits available at the library, so for this project you will need a discarded book, preferably a hardback, so it will stand up on its own. It needs to have at least 300 pages for this particular project. We also have the instructions for the paw print folding and a metric ruler, so in centimeters. So for this one to get started, again, we're going to need at least 300 pages because there are 150 folds to make the paw print. So if we check our book, we're going to check the number of pages in the book. And if you look at the last page, this book says that it has 312 pages, but there are also a few unnumbered pages in the front and in the back, so you'll want to calculate those in. So this particular book has 324 pages. If we have 150 folds, that is 300 pages, so I have 24 pages left over, and if I want my paw print to be nice and in the center, I'm going to have 12 pages up front and 12 pages in the back that are unused. So we'll count 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, and 12. And so this would be the first page where I start making my markings for the folding. Now if we look at our sheet, on the sheet it shows you a page number, first mark, and second mark. I tend to not pay attention to page numbers so much. I just go ahead and follow along with the markings, and each time you put in both of your markings, if you put a little check mark there if you have a pencil, just check off that you've done that particular page's folding. So what we're first going to do for the first one, it says we need 8.6 centimeters and 9.4 centimeters markings on our first page for folding. So we'll take our book, and you line the 0 up with the top of the page like this, and then we will measure down 8.6, so just after the half, and you can just count hash marks, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. After the 8 would be that 8.6, and then 9.4, so 9, 1, 2, 3, and 4. And you see we have just 2 little pencil marks on our page here. Now we go through and do all of these through the whole book, so we follow along on the page the whole way through to 300, and there are multiple pages here. And then once you have all your pages marked, you'll go back through and you'll find your 2 marks on the page, and what you want to do is fold right at that line. So our first fold is going to be the top of the page. You pull that down and try to make this as perpendicular as possible. Sometimes the folds will be a little close together, just depending on where they show up on the thing, but we're going to go ahead and make our folds here right on the line like that. So your page will look something like that once it's folded. And each page is going to be a little bit different to create the shape. And once we've gone through and done all of our folds, our book will have gone from looking like this to this. And you can see we have a nice little folded paw print.